Welcome back to the Hotspot, everybody. Jason Salas here, and we have Ashton Williams with the National Park Service, who is going to talk about a internship opportunity. If you are one of the thousands and tens of thousands, I may add, of Guamanians who really love our coral reef, what it means to us historically, practically, and you get a chance to directly have a say in how it's preserved and getting the word out, everything. So, Ashton, thanks for your information and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm
All
glad
right.
to talk about the internship and get the word out.
Sure, absolutely. And we wish half a day to you and all of your colleagues there at the National Park Service. And, it's interesting because when people think of the National Park Service, they tend to think of the parks themselves and the more on land resources we have. But this is actually dealing directly with the reef, as I said.
Yes. So a lot of people are not aware that the park actually includes a lot of submerged lands, so to speak. That includes a lot of coral reefs. About half the park is actually underwater. So we are seeking 2 interns for the next year. It's a year-long internship to assist us with reef restoration and coral reef monitoring.
Mm-hmm. Now, when people think of internships, they were like, okay, am I just going to be, running and getting coffee and donuts and, taking like a government federal vehicle to the gas station every now and then? This is not that. I mean, you are going to have hands-on activity in the public relations, in the science and everything. I mean, so this is a proper opportunity to directly get involved if you have the passion within you, correct?
Yes, and I want to start by saying this is a paid internship. A lot of internships are not paid. This one is. We do pay real money to our interns.
Thank you, Uncle Sam.
So this internship will not have a lot of coffee and donuts, although we do have very good snacks, I will say.
National Park Service people know how to party, I will say that.
We definitely have good food and good sunblock, the 2 most important things. But so this internship will be a lot of snorkeling and a lot of scuba diving. It's focusing on coral reef health and restoration. We are building a coral nursery down in the agate area, and the interns will be helping with that coral nursery once it's constructed. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of in-water time. Strong swimming skills are a must, and you do not have to be a certified scuba diver to apply, but to actually start the position, you will need to be a certified scuba diver.
Okay, so if I may present to you as a potential supervisor of me as a potential intern, if I can give you my CV, I sucked at science in school. I was absolutely terrible, but I really love Guam. This is my home. I love it here. I realize the importance of the coral reefs, and I really want to help out. And I'm a pretty good swimmer. Would I still be considered as a candidate?
Potentially. Okay. The education requirements are that you must have 2 years of college level science related education. We don't care too much about the major. We don't care about your graduation status. You just have to have some level of college level training in the sciences. To be honest, being a good swimmer and scuba diver part is a bit more important. We can teach things like coral species and ecology, but I am not a scuba instructor. So coming in with those swimming and snorkeling and diving skills is going to be the most important thing.
Okay. How many, I should say, clearly I'm not an English major either. How many hours a week am I looking at to contribute to my internship?
This is a full-time job.
Okay.
So it's about 40 hours per week on average.
Okay. And this is going to look unbelievable on your LinkedIn profile. Young people, when you actually get out into the workplace, or if you should get into the line of work that Ashton has.
Apart from getting some very cool photos, one of my job titles is underwater paparazzi. There's also a special hiring authority that comes with this internship. So it's an AmeriCorps position, and that means that there's an education award at the end that can be several $1,000s. And after you complete the internship, there's a special hiring authority called Public Land Corps that can help you get a future job with the federal government.
Outstanding. Underwater paparazzi is worth its weight in gold, I got to tell you. So you get Kanye West coming, swimming or something like that. You snap a few photos and you make a $1,000,000,000 bucks. So
I can be his next Instagram photographer.
Underwater Instagram is a very big thing. People kind of undervalue that, but that's incredible. So what else should I know if I'm considering this right now? Okay, so I'm a college grad. or I'm a college student, I should say. I'm taking some science classes. Like I said, I mean, I wasn't like a rock solid science student, but I could kind of hold my own. How do I go about the application process?
So the application is online. I will provide a link with this video.
Sure.
And the deadline is June 12th, so that is coming up pretty quickly. The applications are limited to the first 100 applicants, so it is a good idea to get your application in as quick as you can. We are really hoping to recruit local candidates because this is such a local and ecologically important project.
Mhm.
So local candidates are preferred for this position.
I think you're probably going to have an abundance of applicants, I would think, because you tell Guamanians, like from the 70s, 80s, 90s, the knots, what have you, we want to get involved with saving the coral reef. Everybody just jumps at the opportunity. I mean, we really take to heart, how important the coral reef is, what a blessing it is from nature, and also how delicate it is. And I remember from one of the marine bio classes I took in high school is it still true, Ashton, that like for every centimeter of coral reef that gets destroyed, stepped on, brushed aside, whatever like that, every centimeter that gets destroyed, it takes something like between 3 to 7 years for that centimeter to grow back?
It depends on the species, but for some, even slower.
Oh gosh.
Yes, they are a very, very slow growing species with a lot of really important ecological functions, ranging from creating habitat for fishes that we love to see and also love to eat, a lot of shells, invertebrates, and it also provides coastline protection from storms. So there's a lot of benefits to having our coral reefs, and they're really important to the island.
Okay, so should I be selected as one of the 2 interns? When do I look at starting, and what should I bring to the table as far as my own equipment or my own, do I have to present a paper at the end of it, or some sort of scientific research?
No, there are actually pretty few requirements for this position. There's a lot of things that we're hoping to see in applicants, but not a lot of actual requirements beyond the scuba diving and the 2 years of education. You do not need to be a current student. There are no like grade or GPA requirements or anything like that. The position is going to start in January of 2023, so there is a little bit of a gap, but that's plenty of time to go and get your scuba certification if you don't already have it. So
There you go.
if you don't have your scuba cert yet, don't take that as a reason not to apply. We're still interested in you.
Okay.
And I would also say to all the parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, tell your young people in your life about this. We're really trying hard to get the word out locally.
Okay, so I know I was framing this, and I keep saying like like locals and Guamanians because of our connection to the reef, but certainly by no means this is an internship only for those of us who are maybe born and raised here. It's like anybody can apply for this, and anyone can be considered, because I know there's a lot of people who come here and they may have lived other places in around the world, or our military friends or our brothers and sisters throughout the region, and they see the importance of the coral reef and they would like to contribute as well.
Absolutely, anyone can apply. You do need to be either an American citizen or a green card holder, but that's pretty much it. We are recruiting as much as we can locally, but we cannot control who applies to our internships. So
Okay.
come on, Guam, please apply.
Okay, so I see nothing but I'm checking off all the check marks on my things I would like to do list right now. So can you tell us like a little bit, Ashton, what is a typical day like being a member of the National Park Service? Because with internships, some people say, I want to know how fun it is and what is the quote unquote corporate culture, and what's a typical day like?
Well, I'll give you an example of today. I had a couple meetings in the morning, and right after we finish this interview, I'll be heading out into the field to go snorkeling with my current team of 4 interns, and we will be observing some coral restoration work being done so that my interns can learn more about it. We're not actively involved in that project, but development and getting a breadth of experiences is really important for our culture here.
Mm-hmm.
We do, I'd say, about half and half field work and office work. So we're usually in the field 2 to 3 days per week. And then office work includes things like processing photos, doing data entry, and maybe identifying things that you saw in your photos.
Mhm.
There's a fair bit of computer work to it. We do hope that people are proficient with Microsoft Word and Excel. That's ideal.
That's a given these days.
Those are
Do you speak English, and do you know spreadsheets?
spreadsheets are very important. We use
Yep.
them a lot. But for this position in particular, because it is so hands-on in the water, our most important priority is our strong swimming skills, snorkel skills, and scuba diving skills.
This sounds absolutely fantastic. So and we are going to have that information, any social media handles, any web URLs, any email addresses that would be pertinent and everything. We're going to make sure to pass those along to you right here on the hotspot. So maybe Ashton, some final thoughts. I'd like to give you the floor to maybe just make a final pitch for people that may be considering the reef restoration internship opportunities.
I think this is a really fun place to work, and I really love getting to go out and see our coral reefs, see the fishes, see the invertebrates that are out there. There's so much amazing diversity on Guam, and if you work with me, you can get paid to go look at it. So
There you go.
please apply.
Well, come for the science and the snacks. Stay for the opportunity to get paid to snorkel. Everybody, we cannot emphasize that enough. All right,
Paid to snorkel and scuba dive.
and scuba dive. There you go. So it pays dividends multiple times over. So Ashton, thank you to you and your team over there. It's a wonderful opportunity, and we'd like to catch up with you and see how the internship is going.
Yeah, we would love that. Thank you so much.
Okay, so make sure everybody, we're going to send those URLs to you guys. As I said, right here, we're going to put them in the comments for the live stream. Ashton, thanks once again.
Thank you.
And please stay tuned because the hotspot will continue right after this. Stay tuned, please.